You were in Rotterdam last year, and I met you there, but there was no real waiting.
No, yeah.
And which was a lot of people, and
we always have. They've always been very nice to us there for some reason in Holland. I don't know why, but they have.
Yeah. Last year you mentioned the Wings of the Nightingale, Happy Summer record. Is this one an autumn record? What is it? A rainy autumn record?
Yeah, maybe it's a rainy autumn record. It looks like it here anyhow. I think it's just sort of back to good dance music, which is what I was liking, I mean, are you talking about Amanda Ruth that started?
No, about the whole album.
Oh, the whole album?
Yeah.
The whole album is just kind of just good songs, and I don't even know if it's not directed at anything except just good timing,
Yeah.
I mean, with people having a good time. We just tried to sing songs that we thought everybody would like.
Yeah. For EB 84, you went to hundreds of songs to pick up something.
Yeah.
How was it this time?
Well, this time I didn't find much. This is mostly out of Don's and Dave's
They came up
choices.
with the song.
Yeah, and I think they made a bunch of selections than, I think it just happened well this time.
Yeah. What's the reason that you didn't came up with songs, or a question of time, or?
The question of, it didn't work out, the songs weren't there, the ones I went through, what I heard in L.A.
Yeah.
And I, listened, but it didn't find as good.
No.
A matter of luck, I guess. Good and bad and indifferent,
When did you write songs by your own for the last?
I do that still now, I don't necessarily, it's very hard for me to judge my own songs. I judge them fairly harshly, so I won't necessarily show them. I didn't show any songs for last year and didn't show any this year.
No.
I'm just not, or sometimes the one song I had I thought would be something that was quite honestly written about my ex-wife, and I just didn't want to use it.
The Wind song?
No, a song that I had written that I didn't, it was a new song I had.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want it to be on record.
No.
I was going to keep it personally for myself.
What happened with the Jim Steinman song?
We had a little trouble with just getting it to work for us, and he's very nice though, and very good.
What song was it exactly?
I don't remember the name offhand at this particular instance, but the whole thing didn't work out, well, and it's a great song, so it's better to pull away from it and let the song be allowed to breathe by somebody else, and I think it'll probably we'll be watching it become a standard somewhere, but he's a good writer.
Was there a lot of material you didn't use this time?
No, in fact that's the only one that didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
There's one other song I think too in the can, but not really, not a lot.
Lay was written by Dylan a long time ago, mentioned for you as well.
Yeah.
How many more of these songs he has? Because you used one Dylan song this time.
Abandoned Love, yeah. Well, that's the only one actually because I was there when he showed it to us,
Yeah.
And there's that. I've told that story before. It's a famous story. Do you know the story?
No.
We didn't hear the lyric right.
No.
I didn't hear, and I thought he was saying "lay across my big breast, babe," and I didn't want to ask him. I know it's just silly to tell this, but it is a true story.
Yeah.
Because we were all in a little room, and but I didn't ask him to what the lyric was. I didn't say, "Well, did you sing that?" But Dylan writes of the type that he's liable to have written that, and it was big brass bed is what he said, but he sang when he was singing it. He sings very quietly, and you couldn't hear. And I didn't want to ask him to, speak up. It would have been rude. So it was funny. So we finally did get a chance to do it, but when he showed it to us, he had just written it. He's a very nice man, and we just love his stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny. Fate deals out those hands, If I had,
Do you have any conflict with him?
Only through the industry, not personally, in that sense. No, not in the sense you mean. No.
What did
I have
mean?
great respect for him.
Yeah. Sorry. What did it mean to be back in the industry and doing tours, etc., etc.? I mean, there was a time you said, "Oh, I'm happy it's over," because it had a a lot of influence on our private lives, etc., etc.
Well, that might have been a quote from Donald. It doesn't sound like one of mine, but
no.
When I was at home, it was fine, but when we did the Albert Hall, really is what happened. Once we did that, and it was such warmth and the feeling from that, it's very difficult not to go and try to feel that again. And then we toured America after that, and we got that same sort of feeling from an audience, and it's been just fun. We've been having a good time. This year we did about 6 to 7 weeks in the United States, and this is a 6-week tour, of which this is the tail end, and we did 3 weeks in Australia and 3 here.
Yeah.
And so it's about the extent of how much we work anyway.
But I guess it has some negative sides as well. I mean, that's...
Well, being away from... I have an 11-year-old son. I mean, being away from him is hard on me. It's probably easy on him. My 19-year-old is very happy that I'm touring because he gets the house and the housekeeper and the cars and everything, and he has a good time. My 11-year-old is, he's of an age now that it doesn't bother him really, not at all. In fact, he's quite proud because when we do like the Greek theater, he comes down and he loves that, and he came in Chicago and saw the show, and he likes that. He likes to come out on stage and, things like that. So he's proud of me in that sense. It's quite nice.
But what's the big difference between touring now and then?
It's so much easier now. It's a piece of cake. We have good crew, good sound. Mm-hmm. We also make it pleasant for ourselves. If it's not pleasant, we won't go. We'll do something and say, hey, no. If it's not pleasant, we just don't do that.
Yeah. What do you both do to keep your health?
People have been asking me that all day, and now I'm getting scared. I swear, I had not thought about it until today, but I've been asked every day, and I've been smoking cigarettes all day.
Oh no, I didn't know that. But...
Well, it's really funny. I mean, the question, but today I'm starting to get frightened. I'm saying, well, wait a minute, because when I was in Australia, and we had a very light schedule, because we had, we'd play a day, then we'd be off 2 and play a day, it was just easy. But I had the flu. It was the first time I've been sick on the road since we started this. And I'd anticipate, I don't want that, Now, but there's nothing you can do about the flu if you catch it, But I don't want to disappoint people, You want to be at your best when you play.
You want to be 100%.
I do. We owe it to people that come and see us. I do. It's one of the reasons I play.
Yeah.
Is because we owe these people that come and see us have supported me my entire life, a whole lifetime. I mean, things that a couch or something that I'll sit on, somebody bought for me by buying my music in some form or fashion. And you owe people that. And when a man brings his wife out and takes her to dinner and all of that, and has a good, expensive evening out, you owe him your best. And so, since everybody's been asking about my health, I'm getting scared now. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to take some more vitamin C. I take vitamins and all that stuff. I do all of that. And we watch it. Mm-hmm. But I do that anyhow.
You know the sports guy? Or...
Which one?
You do sports?
Do I do sports?
Yeah.
I swim a little bit. I have a pool, and I just do that. That's about all I do.
Yeah.
I don't play golf or play a little tennis once in a while, but play so badly it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
But swimming mostly.
Is there a kind of conflict between the record company and the two of you of making new albums in the future?
I actually don't know. I don't ever concern myself much with the records. It's just only in the sense if we're going to do one, fine. If not, it's okay too. I think Don and I have transcended records anyhow, pretty much. I think people come see us just to hear us sing. And whether they come to see the old ones or not, they come to see how well you sing, I think. And that's what I think I found when we did the Albert Hall, because we hadn't had a record and, there weren't any records. And I like that part of it. Because making records, it'd be wonderful to have another gold record, but, I know what we've established, and I'm quite proud of it in the background. So if we never have another hit record, I could understand it, My friend of mine's got a new group called AHA. And there's room for everybody. And I'm glad to see the young men make it too.
There are a lot of young bands from LA coming up these days.
Yeah, it's a great break point.
With country influences as well. Do you think there is a kind of rebirth of country? I mean, for these younger musicians.
Well, it's a different kind of country, but country music and rock and roll are very close. Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, Jimmy Bourne, Buddy Knox, us, on down. They're a great, they're a major influence of country, and that influence has been carried on to younger generations, and in that sense, we get in a new kind of country, and there's great writing going on in country. Always has been great writing, and great music comes from great writing, not anything else.
Yeah. With these younger ones, you like yourself?
Well, I don't know which ones you're referring to.
I mean, from the LA side. Yeah. Well, I had an interview with the band with the girls singing. Not the band with Carla Olsen, but there are a lot of bands with girls singing nowadays.
Well, there are a lot of great singers in LA. They come from all over the world and come to LA and do it. When I thought you were talking about, but it wasn't country influence, but like Tears of Fears were a breakout in California.
Oh yeah.
Bands break out in California, and for some reason, it seems to leave the American market. At the Palomino, there's always somebody that's brand new, but it's very difficult for young people to get on records anymore. Mm-hmm. It's a very tight profession for young people. You have to be writing great songs. If they're writing good songs, they'll pull it off.
Yeah.
I don't keep too cognizant of the industry and like in the inner bubbling aspects of it. I'm mostly exposed to what's new in LA through my 19-year-old, He'll have gone down to a club and seen somebody, he'll come back and tell me. And can't think of anybody he's told me about lately, but I know he told me about Tears of Fears before they happened, which was last year, But Aha I knew about because I'd heard them. And when they happened, I was, pleased. That's a good thing.
Did you form a new road band, or you still working with the?
Well, we have the same, except for that Larry London had to go back to the studios because and Pete Wingfield is now producing because we were lucky to have them for as long as we had them. They were really about the best of them. But we do have Ian McLaughlin is playing with us now. You know him from Small Faces and all. Yeah. And it's funny. It's ironically still English and American mixture, still the same.
Yeah. I think the question has been put more, but you've not been involved with the big festivals in the last few months. Live Aid and Farm Aid, was it in America?
Nobody asked us.
No.
I don't know. We may have been gone at the time too. We might have been committed already. Yeah. I know we were during the Farm Aid. We were committed to play elsewhere. We couldn't get there, and the same with when the Pop One did it in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it either. We were working already.
Yeah.
And those responsibilities cannot be changed. I don't believe in that. We don't change contracts. We say we're coming to play. We play.
You play. Yeah. For what purpose you would like to play yourself very much?
Oh, for what?
Yeah.
Well, I do what we do now. The things that we do it very quietly, and I hate to say this, that we do stuff. I hate to even talk about things we do, but they're out of Kentucky. We do things down there for our hometown, and we're establishing a fund there now.
What are the problems?
What problems? It's a coal mine town. We're establishing an educational fund to help people out of our Drakesburg County get a college education. That's all. And then we give them field. It doesn't have to be in music or anything, just anything. No. That's the latest thing we're doing, and that's pretty much where we direct all our efforts.
Yeah. There were 3 promoters in Holland who would like to get you over, but there's nothing like an Everly Brothers concert.
Nothing I know of. It's such a monumental job. Most of our personnel, we have some of the best people on the road in the world with us, and Albert Lee, is the premier guitar player, and it's very difficult to get everything worked out where it's so logical for everybody to come and do it.
Yeah.
But I'd love to come do it, but I didn't hear anything about it in the offers of Holland.
No.
Nobody told me. No. Maybe they weren't through the wrong avenues or something. I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
But Europe is often difficult too, because
I mean, a tour of Europe. I don't know if we could even warrant a tour of Europe, but I know we could tour Holland and go to Paris, and if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe we could have extended this, but this was plenty of time away from home.
Yeah. They published 2 books, I think. Roger White and John Hughes made a book.
Roger White, Walk Her Back. Is that his?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I've seen a little bit. I've read someone read the books.
Yeah.
You know. But that one, everybody has said is really quite good.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know.
There's no kind of cooperation.
Well, there is in the sense that I never did too much, with but a few. I know that the Walk Right Back book is supposed to be fairly accurate, which is great, but I've not read any of them, so I don't really, can't tell you.
Are there a lot of younger people coming into the concerts nowadays, a new generation?
It's surprising, yeah. I don't know, I was talking to a kid before that he said his older brother had taken him to see us years ago, and I guess there's a lot of that goes on, way more than I think. I'm sometimes surprised to see girls who are obviously either late teens or I can't even speculate. In Australia we saw them singing the lyrics with you,
Yeah.
And they only name us a few, but they know more than you suspect. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Surprising, and wonderful, but it is.
But when you're on stage, you can feel something of the audience, maybe that they're more younger or an older generation, from the feedback.
Not in the sense of you can see what you've been on stage. You've been on stage to look at an audience. Sometimes you can see, sometimes you can't. It depends on the venue. But on the venues you can see the age groups and the people that come down, like they'll bring you flowers or things that people bring you. You can tell things, but you don't get screaming girls, like you mean in that sense, like teenagers. No. People are more adult and are more mature I think intellectually at our places, At least that's what we've seen. And that's fine, that suits us fine. That always was the case, so with us, pretty much.
Yeah.
People were more interested in the music you did rather than what you represented.
Just look if it's... Are you using new possibilities in technique and new instruments as well?
Yeah, we use synthesizers. That's pretty much... I've got a couple at home, my boy plays them all the time. I'm a great believer, though, basically the most important element in a record is the song. And the rest is relative. You take a great song, you sing it with some feeling, and you can put anything behind it, and it should be all right.
Yeah.
Of course, the more interesting you do it's like a suit. If you don't look good, and no matter how good the suit is, it won't matter, but that's kind of the dressings. Although it's nice to have great innovative sounds if you can possibly produce it.
What has been the influence of Dave Edmunds in that?
He's a basic rock and roller and makes sure the basic elements are there.
Yeah.
And being he's a kind of close to Don, and they get on quite well, and so he produces good vibes and it helps good communication. That's what's important with a producer, to help get the best out of you, because we basically know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Our boy plays really well. His boys played quite a few shows with us actually when we were in California. His boy
did he?
Yeah, he comes on stage and plays.
What is he playing?
Guitar, yeah. And he's really quite good. He's 17, and he's really good.
He has an own band, or?
Well, there's a band too he's in. They call I think they're called the Jive Spiders, but that's today's band. Tomorrow's band might be something else, but the supposedly the band's very, very good. But he's young. He's 17, and that's still kind of young.
Yeah.
And he's potentially probably going to be a professional, though. I don't know if my boy will. My boy could, but I'd be very pleased to see him finish college myself.
You'll not be influencing him?
No, I don't ever push any of that. I do push him to learn to play, but I don't push him in the sense of, hey, you got to learn. I always make sure they have any instrument they want and any technical thing that they want, I'll get, you know, just so they have the equipment if they want to utilize it.
How's his voice?
I like it. I'm his father. You know?
Well, voices are the important thing.
Yeah, well, I'm his father. I mean, I can only give you a father's judgment of his son, you know, and I like it. I like the way he writes, too. He's very innovative. And he could maybe write us something, I don't know. But I don't push.
Is he criticizing you as well?
Pardon?
Is he criticizing you as well? Or
Oh, no, my son wouldn't. No. I don't know anything.
No, I mean in the positive way.
No, I don't. The sons don't criticize in our family, you know.
No.
No, I don't. I think fathers and sons should have more respect for each other. And I've always taught the thing about criticizing is I think it's Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci said, I criticize by creation. If you want to criticize somebody, create something that shows him. And no, he doesn't do that. He doesn't pass judgments on our music. Nor do I pass judgments on his.
No.
And I'm a believer. Every man's music is his own and should be that. You know, the critique is the public, not by individuals.
No.
In my life, anyhow. I think it's important. Yeah.
What are you playing at the moment? A crossover in the shows you're bringing now in England?
Partly
new.
Well, all the basics are there for people that actually want to see and hear. And then we try to interject a few things from the last album and a thing or two from the new one. And then sometimes we try to do something that we haven't cut, so that there's a new experience to have in the show. But we want to do that for an encore or something. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay.